Coucou! Welcome back to my channel. Today you're all in for a treat. I will be introducing a friend of mine from France who is currently studying in Germany. The topic of today's video is a brief reflection on our study abroad experience. Me, the American in Paris, and my friend, the Parisian in America, who is now the Parisian in Munich. First off, I want to share some background about my experience. Back in September 2017, I moved to Paris, where I studied at the Paris Conservatoire while preparing for an international competition in England. My whole experience in Europe was life-changing. I grew so much as a person, and my mindset became a lot stronger. I was also able to meet so many wonderful people during my travels. With that in mind, I will now share a recorded virtual discussion with a friend of mine, Adèle Ginestet, on her study abroad experience. Hello, everyone!
Hello!
Please welcome Adèle from France, who's currently in Munich, Germany.
Germany!
So back in 2017, we basically kind of like switched lives for one semester. I moved to Paris and I lived in her apartment, studied with her professor, and played in her piano quintet at school, while she moved to Cleveland and stayed in my apartment, studied with my professor, and also played in my string quartet ensemble at school. It kind of felt like a movie. We basically swapped lives.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So 3 years later, I decided to have a little chat about the whole experience. And so we all live such busy lives. So I thought, like, what better time than now to like reach out and share our experience with everyone. So with that in mind, here's Adèle. So Adèle, how have you
Hi!
been?
Yeah, Serena, it's really good to see you again, and so I would like to see you for real. And I wish I could be in United States, maybe in next year or when the situation will be better.
I know, yeah.
But I'm really happy to have this conversation with you, and we can talk about our experiences, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's so good.
Perfect. So to start off, I have a few questions I want to ask. So first, when you studied in the States in Cleveland, what was the most shocking difference about the culture, like in school or outside of school for you?
um okay, there is not a huge difference about that culture, actually. I think I have a very funny things to tell you, because so I was surprised about the difference between culture, mostly when I went to concerts, like in Cleveland or in United States in general, because the people around me were really dressed up like a big event. And I can remember a funny story, because um, so it was an evening, and I took some tickets to go to concert in a Severance Hall in Cleveland with my roommate Rebecca. And so so I was almost ready to leave home when Rebecca came and suggested me to dress me up better, because yeah, I mean, I just wear like a shirt and a jean and some like sneakers. And I was like casual, wearing like it
No.
I was so embarrassed. Yeah, so that was a big difference, because when I go to concert in Philharmonie de Paris, the people just came back from work and they are like dressed casually, and as well me, I'm just came back from school, and Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I was so embarrassed, and I was like, okay, maybe I should try to be like beautiful for
Now you
for
are.
the concert.
I feel like, yeah, in the States, I think maybe it's more of like a old school kind of viewpoint. Like, I think for like students, a lot of the times we don't care too much what we wear. Like sometimes like it's like we finish school, we finish class, and we have to immediately go to a concert. So sometimes I've worn like jeans and like
Yeah.
hair and sweater to like Lincoln Center in New York to watch a concert, and I'll be like, oh. But like for the community, it's kind of like high class culture.
Yeah.
It's very rich. So
That's why. That's why. Because I I think the public in is really different in United States than in France, and I thought at this time I thought it was more an elitist public in USA than in France. Actually, there is also a big difference for culture between culture in France and in USA in school actually at school I was surprised by the cost of a school year in USA, like almost $40,000, and then here in French we pay only 500 per year because
it's insane.
yeah.
I remember when I was applying for Paris for CNSM, and I was looking at the cost and I was like, wait, what is there? Are they
Yeah,
missing a
it's
zero?
nothing.
Why are they missing more?
Yeah, yeah, because the state is paying almost all the cultural fees for the student at least.
Like I think since like music kind of like originated in Europe, that's like the home of like
Yes,
classical music. So like in the States, I'm like, oh, we didn't own classical music. So like the government, I feel like the government doesn't really like, it's not supported very much because it's just, oh, another extracurricular thing you can do.
yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's not a lot of funding.
I think you have a different system. You have some scholarship to study,
Yeah.
and we don't have scholarship. I mean, we do have, but it's like in proof of the financial parents field. So it's really different than
Mm,
that's your system.
yeah. Like a lot of the at least the administration, like if I didn't speak very well, they'd like look down.
Yes, the oh my god, yes. In France, the people I think me too.
Mm.
um, we French we are very bad in language study, and it's not a priority.
Yeah.
The language the learning of languages is not a priority in France. That's why we are so bad. And still, I mean, I have so much grammar issues in English then after like being 6 months in Sweden.
But you're very understandable. I like you're very fluent.
It's hard because at this time I'm also talking in German
Yes,
because
yes,
um, I
communicate.
have quite a good level in German. So sometimes there's mistake, like I mix my sentence between English and German, and it's so funny.
Wait, but while you're there now, if you ever like mix up in public, what are people's like reaction? Are they like, oh, are they like, what did you say?
Oh yeah, they are killing on me.
Yeah, they find it like funny. They're like, oh.
Yeah, because I want to talk at the same tempo than than my French. So I'm just putting some words like English, German, and French, and it's like a mix. And I'm trying to show with my hands or like, and it's
Yeah.
funny when you're tired and you can't find any words, and you're like, I would like, you know, you know, you
You
know.
know.
Yeah, this happens all the time to every people, I guess.
Yeah. How did you like combat language barriers when in the States?
when I arrived to New York, actually,
Huh.
it was just right before Cleveland. I couldn't even order coffee in English, and I was really shy and to talk in English, and my level was just terrible, and like the people couldn't understand me, and it was just horrible, and I was so embarrassed, and I had my experience was just horrible, and I was like, okay, I have to improve myself, and I have to be against my shyness also, because yeah, and I had to improve my language skill. Then I arrived in Cleveland, and I lived in a beautiful apartment with, with the cutest roommate ever, Rebecca. And so we began to be friends, and I forced myself to discuss with her as much as I could do. And then I also had English lessons every day. Like I think it was like 1.5 hours per day. Then I improved a lot during this lesson, but it was more for the writing skills and as comprehension skills. Like, but and then for my speaking, I just met some people and tried to have friends, and then I practiced every day with people around me, with also my chamber music group, with teachers and stuff. And then I improved a lot during, I think, the first 2 months, and then it's began to be like stable, and I had quite good level. And then I think I improved afterwards, after my Erasmus, because when I came back to Paris, I tried to keep speaking in English with the people that I knew, they were English fluently. Then then I tried to keep in practicing. Yeah.
I think it was harder for your experience since no one in the States speaks French. I mean, like maybe a few, but like because you had like the professor, no one speaks French, and the whole
Yeah, of course. I had no choice.
no choice but I think I was like, oh, maybe I was lucky because like Suem speaks English, and I think when I went, I also had I couldn't even order like a baguette or like a croissant. Like, do you have any like favorite foods or meals in particular you remember?
Oh my God, yeah. So I love junk food. So I think, yes, I know. So I love McDonald's and and burgers and yeah, pizza. And when I was in Cleveland, actually, I ate so much pizza and chips, and I got fatter. I think
In America,
like 5 kilos more at the end. Yeah, yeah. My parents were like, "Oh, you're fat."
I think same though because I had so much bread because the bread is so fresh in Paris.
Oh yes,
So I also like getting them.
yes, but yeah, but the bread is so good in Paris. Like the baguette is calling tradition.
Uh-huh.
It's like really crispy, and also it's really sweet. Yeah, we love tradition. Yeah.
It's so good because like when you chew it, the outside is like crispy because like the flaky, but then the inside is like soft. So it's like, and then like so
It's so much onion.
butter. Like, oh, I miss this. There are like some pastries here. Well, I'm in Ohio now too, but there are some pastries, and I still miss the real.
Oh, you, yeah. I miss my Joe's pizza. Yes, it was Joe's pizza.
The Avenue, right?
Yeah, I just called them and I ordered a pizza, and then 5 minutes later I had my pizza in front of my door, and I was so happy, and I just watched How I Met Your Mother with my pizza.
did you notice any like other, I think we talked about the concert attire, like clothing that we wear, but any other music culture differences in Paris? Like not necessarily like more for music related too that we haven't talked about. Anything else?
Mm,
Like what about like lessons or kind of like chamber music experience?
okay. I didn't really notice any difference during lesson. I mean, it depends of the teacher, of course, and also my teacher in Paris um, is always taking a lot of time for technical skills. At the beginning of my studies, like the two first years of bachelor, we did a lot of technical things like studies or etudes or like scales and stuff. And then we just we kept we kept working on it every day, of course. And but it's quite the same with Irvine. It was the same. We did like some technical things at the beginning of the lesson, and then we switched to the piece that I played. Yeah, it was Der Schwanendreher.
I remember.
The really different thing that in Cleveland you are able to do a recital when you want, like during your bachelor, and in France, in Paris, actually you have only one recital during your bachelor degree, and it's at the end of the year of your last year of bachelor. So that's quite really short. And also yeah, no, it but for the music things, no, I didn't. I mean, um of course we are talking about expression and expression in music, and about the story of the composer and all this stuff, that after you are able to play the piece with your skills. And but it's not really different. I don't know what you think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I too much of a difference. And I feel like that like kind of goes with the phrase that people always say, like, oh, music is like a universal language. So like
Yeah,
for me, when like obviously when you go to a new country, you feel like alone and you don't know anyone, so it's like hard to connect. I think my personal way of like meeting people was by doing like chamber music. That I signed up for, because I think there was in Tennyson there was no limit to how many chamber groups you could have. So I
yeah,
had
there's no limit until you die.
like the one semester I was there, I signed up for 3 groups. I like signed up for quartet and then your piano quintet,
Yeah,
another piano quartet, and that was like the basically the only way I met people. Like
yeah,
you have that's how you like meet, and you have to rehearse, and you meet like many times a week or once a week. So that was like my way of like making friends. I feel like the only people I really knew at the end of my entire studies was like my stand partner in orchestra, and then like my chamber ensembles, and like some
yeah.
people in the same class. But other than that, because like I feel like I'm not like an extroverted person, I'm very introverted, so it's very difficult to like put yourself out there and make friends. So like the only way I did that was through music. I was like, chamber music
Yeah,
people.
but you know, I feel the same here in Germany. Actually, in Cleveland was so different because the American are so welcoming people, more than French people, I guess. I think really, I believe that actually, and and so I met so much people. We became my friend afterwards, and I remember to I went to French restaurant with Mengyun, who was a Chinese girl, and she learned French, and she was really interesting to talk in French with me. So we just became friends, and we were like going to shopping together, and also so yeah, I think I had more opportunity to have friends there, and also because thanks to Rebecca, because I lived with her, and Actually, her friends was also my friends, so so it was really really easy to have some friends. But yeah, I guess in France it's not, because it's, I think it's bigger. And so the university is really big, and there is a lot of people, and there is not really a welcoming staff, and you're not able to meet other people. And yeah, so the chamber music are the best way to
Yeah,
meet people. Yeah.
yeah. So if you could give advice to like those interested in studying abroad in the future, what would you want to tell them?
Okay.
And
Okay.
that the pandemic is under control by then.
Yeah. I think you never have to be afraid to leave your country and your family and friends, because the music will always been a join between the people, and then you can meet like amazing people, and you
Like,
just have to be confident,
mhm.
and confident to yourself. I know it's easy to say, but I think yeah, you always be able to communicate in any ways, and it's very I think the most important is to enjoy every single day, because yeah, it's always too short. And at at the beginning I was counting in my head every day, because I wanted to go back home and to see my mom and my dog. Oh my god. Yeah, but finally at the end I just called my parents, and I was like, okay, now I want to stay, and I would like to return in New York, and I would like to visit like Canada, because it's not so far away. And I had so much plan in my head, and finally I just wanted to stay at school. And but yes, my parents didn't want, because of course I had to finish my bachelor in France, in Paris, because I signed up for that. But yes, I think it's really important to learn the culture, the new culture, to meet the people, to visit also around you, because if you stay in your bedroom every day, it's not like I'm doing in Munich, because there is a lockdown. So I can't visit. But actually, yeah, it's not good for the mental health. And so I think you have to be patient with yourself, and never being too hard, because it's not a big deal, and you just have to learn some new things. And it's always a good lesson for your life. And yes, I don't know what you think about that, but
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the experience of going abroad, it really kind of changes your mindset and your perspective. Like I think like sure, like maybe we're like the same personality and we're still like the same, but like internally, like our
yeah,
own I feel like our esteem and our confidence like
yeah,
grow because we came out of our bubble. We we put ourselves on the spot and like in a new country, need to like learn another language. You don't know anyone prior.
of course, yes.
Experience is so scary at first, and you're very
Hmm.
nervous. And obviously, we were both, I guess, very just like timid. But that's how like you show our growth. Like now we're like unafraid to just speak
Yeah,
language and go to another
yeah,
country
you can go everywhere now.
anywhere because you've done it before and now you have
Yeah,
that confidence like, oh, I did it, nothing can be worse than that. Like
yeah,
you are adapting to kind of like that growth mindset. And I think I definitely changed a lot.
yeah. But it's such a big step to do, because when you are young, you're just interested to keep your family and your friends closer, and because you're in some cocoon and you want to stay like that. Also because like I mean, I did just 1 year in Paris, and then I left to Cleveland. I was like, I don't know, I was like 19 years old, and I wasn't even the majority age here.
We were
And
growing at that time. Like we were trying to figure life.
yeah, and then now I know that I don't need people. Of course, I need my family and my friends, but to live and to study, I don't need my relatives around me. I'm able to do by myself. I'm able to study by myself and to cook by myself.
I think definitely like we grew to be more independent, and not independent in that we like ignore people, but like we are able to be like strong on our own. So I believe that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for being here with us, Adèle. Let's keep in touch.
Yeah, keep calm and play viola.
We're gonna play viola.
Bye bye.
Let me think about that.
Okay, I'm cheating. Like you will cut. Oh my best time when I came back at home with my tiramisu, and I was so happy. You can do like bonus at the end, like
Bloopers.